Hey Facebook gang, it is Bob coming to you with Positive Vibes Sesh number 20, and today the topic is mindful language. I had a conversation with a friend today and this topic came up. They were describing a particular situation in their life and had said, we were talking about making purchases, and this person had said, I need to make this purchase, and we talked about the idea of that language. It wasn't a need, it was definitely a want. And this goes back to talking about priorities as well, what we make priorities in our life, and how those priorities, maybe the wants that we have, the desires that we have for certain things, can compete with the needs that we have in our life, the things that are absolutely critical, and being maybe disillusioned about which of those things, maybe a purchase or a relationship or any number of things can fit in that category that confuse the difference between needs and wants, the difference in prioritizing something versus not. And so I encourage you all to be thinking about that, and I'm guilty of it too. So this is not pointing a finger and not realizing that there are some pointing back at me. But realize the language that you use, the mindful language that you use when in conversations with others, when even having your own self-talk and realizing what you might be talking yourself into. Just be mindful of the language you use and the weight that some of that language carries. There are very easy slips, things that are very unconscious or subconscious that creep in there, and mindfulness in the moment as you pay attention and you think about and select the words that you use to describe something or communicate something to someone. And mindfulness both in the selection of those things, but also in sort of having just said them, being mindful of what you said and why you said it if you weren't being mindful about its selection. So that, with that, the difference between a need and a want can be pretty great, and it can have some pretty important consequences in your life if those things are confused. So just, again, encouraged to be mindful of your language, mindful of your communication, both in the moment as it's happening as well as before it ever happens. That can also apply to selecting when you engage in an argument with someone or debate, when you choose to provide feedback and how you provide that feedback. All of that comes back to a mindfulness in the selection of that language. So I hope you guys are all well. I love you all, and I choose that very purposefully because I do. I hope you all love one another, you teach and inspire each other every day, and I will talk to you at the 3-week period tomorrow for session 21. Cheers.